All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Toronto Raptor video. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that sub button. If we could hit 100 likes on this video, that would be absolutely amazing. It really helps out the algorithm. And Raptor fans have been showing me mad love these last couple of days. Kind of been posting some Raptors content quite a bit, so go check it out. I'm going to talk just briefly, simply my opinions on the Toronto Raptors. I feel like they are in prime position right now to not only win the offseason, or at least be one of the winners of the offseason, but I feel like they're in a great position to kind of set their future. And it's funny because they're in a little bit of a pickle right now. You've got Kyle Lowry up for free agency. You've got the team president up for free agency. You got Gary Trent Jr. Restricted, but he's going to require a pretty big payday. They finished the year poorly. They weren't trying to necessarily win games, so it's kind of confusing what direction they're headed in. In my opinion, it was a one-year tank to just retool, and I think it worked perfectly. It worked perfectly to their plan as well, falling in the fourth pick. Now, I've made a couple of videos on what I think the Toronto Raptors should do with that fourth pick, but no matter who they go with, right? I don't think Jalen or Cade Cunningham will fall that deep, but say they draft Mobley, say they draft Suggs, even if they draft Kuminga, I mean, all of them are going to help them out. So a lot of their free agency is going to depend on what happens in the meantime. So we'll see what happens with Kyle Lowry's future. If they try to do a sign and trade, they could get some value for him. If they just try to re-sign him, if he decides to walk, Kyle Lowry kind of holds a big chunk of their free agency and what they're going to be willing to do. Now, it's almost as if they have equal chance of either having no cap space at all, a little bit of cap space, or just a ton of cap space. So weird situation to be in. However, they leapt into the top 4 of the draft, and the top 4 prospects right now have just a huge amount of star upside. So like I said, whether it's Jalen Green, Evan Mobley, Jalen Suggs, it just increases their chances of having a more favorable outcome. If Kyle Lowry wants to come back, then the Raptors are going to be either dark horses to return to the playoffs, or they're going to be dark horses to do a blockbuster trade, a sign and trade type deal. The top 4 pick, it's an almost unmatchable value to have. Like, if they were to trade this 4th pick, they would be getting either a star with upside and draft picks, or a combination of both, with obviously having to give up some type of player or some type of draft compensation. So a blockbuster trade, it's not off the table, even if Kyle Lowry doesn't return. Now, Toronto could re-sign Kyle Lowry, could re-sign Gary Trent, and just kind of hope that their top 4 pick helps them, just overall helps their team be better next season. Because after all, Kyle Lowry, OG, Pascal, and Fred VanVleet, they all outscored their opponents by 9.2 points per 100 possessions when they shared the floor together. So with Corona, with injuries, with a whole bunch of reasons, the Toronto Raptors just had an extremely disappointing season. And once it kind of became evident that not only were they not going to contend, but they probably weren't going to make the playoffs, they just went into full-on tank mode. So losing Lowry is going to be very tough. However, a lot of the teams that are going to want Kyle Lowry should be contending teams, which means they should be, or at least a few of them, bound to be short on cap space and relatively aggressive in sign and trade scenarios. So if Lowry does leave, the Raptors do have a chance to capitalize on his exit more than they did at the deadline, which is just a good thing to have when you also have the top 4 pick. You also got OG, you also got Pascal, you also got Fred VanVleet. So it's almost as if whatever route the Toronto Raptors decide to go with this offseason, they should be set for the future. They should at least be set for the next couple of years. I think they're going to be major winners. They already are major winners of the NBA offseason. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit that sub button. I'll see you guys later.